Hello, and thank you for joining the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Northwestern Division for today's Missouri River Basin Water Management and Emergency Operations Conference Call. Today is March 19, 2019. Today's call is intended to provide congressional representatives, tribal, state, and local government officials and the media an update on the Corps' actions in the basin with regard to water management operations and support to local communities, states, and the tribes. I am Eileen Williamson, and I will be moderating today's call. This call is being recorded and will be placed on the Defense Video and Imagery Distribution System at www.dvids.net/unit/USACE-NWD. Your participation acknowledges your consent to be recorded. We share this call and more information on our Facebook and Twitter sites, NWD USACE, as well as through the web page, which can be saved to your mobile phone's home screen and used as an app. A link to that web page will be in a press release coming later today, as well as on our social media accounts. All lines have been placed on mute during this call. When we get to the question and answer session, to unmute your line and ask a question, press *6. Please be aware that the force mute function does not work on all phones. If I ask, please use your phone's own mute function to avoid interrupting the call. Do not place the call on hold. Before I get started, I want to clarify that Corps Emergency Operations Center lines are intended for emergency managers and levee partners. Members of the public should check 511 for road closure information and 211 for other questions, as well as look to their county and local emergency managers for local guidance. And with that, an agenda for today's call includes an update of the Corps' actions and plans for managing water releases, an update from the National Weather Service, an update of actions being taken by the Omaha District, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, an update of actions being taken by the Kansas City District, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. And with that, I'll pass it to John Remus.
Thank you, Eileen. Hello, I am John Remus, Chief of the Missouri River Basin Water Management Division. Our office is responsible for regulating the Missouri River main stem reservoir system. Last evening at 6 p.m., we reduced releases out of Gavins Point Dam to 33,000 cubic feet per second. This morning, we reduced releases at the Gavins Point Dam to 33 cubic feet per second. Inflows into Gavins Point Dam Reservoir are continuing to climb, but at a slow rate. We will be making a release reduction of 5,000 CFS to 28,000 cubic feet per second this evening at 6 p.m. We will reevaluate the conditions in the morning. We will share our revised release schedule on our daily update, which is found on our website. Our Gavins Point and Fort Randall release reduction schedule has been shared with the National Weather Service's Missouri Basin River Forecast Center for input into their forecast. After my talk, Kevin Lau, the lead hydrologist for the Missouri Basin River Forecast Center, will discuss their Missouri River forecast. Gavins Point pool has dropped below the surcharge pool. The pool elevation is currently 1208.9. The pool dropped about half a foot in the last 24 hours. Regarding the entire 6-project Missouri River main stem system, we have 15.7 million acre feet of the 16.3 million acre feet of flood control storage available to store upper basin runoff. We are reevaluating our March 1st runoff forecast. Preliminary indications are that the annual runoff in the upper basin above Sioux City will be more than what we forecasted on March 1st. We will continue to monitor runoff conditions over the next few weeks as the temperatures in the upper basin warm up and the remaining plain snowpack melts. Our next official runoff forecast will be April 1st. The one-page weekly update that my office usually publishes on Tuesday is now being published on a daily basis. We will continue to update this on a daily basis until main stem operations return to normal. This one-page document summarizes system conditions and our short-term operational plans. You can find this update on our Missouri River Basin Water Management website, highlighted in yellow under Weekly Update. That concludes my remarks. Thank you very much. And I'll turn it over to Kevin Lau from the Missouri Basin River Forecast Center.
Thank you, John. Again, my name is Kevin Lau. I work with the National Weather Service Missouri Basin River Forecast Center. We currently have major level flooding or major level flooding forecast for the reach from Nebraska City to Atchison. Nebraska City has now passed crest, and the discharge crest is probably in the Rulo reach. The crest is expected at St. Joseph and Atchison on Thursday and at Kansas City this Friday. We do expect widespread 1/2 to 1 inch amounts this coming weekend over the state of Missouri. This will likely add to the crest in the lower reach, in the lower 200 miles of Missouri from Glasgow to the mouth. It will not add to the crest through the Kansas City Waverly reach. As John Remus stated, we remain in constant contact with the Missouri Basin Water Management Group in Omaha so that we have the latest Gavin's releases incorporated in our river forecasts. We continue to have continual conversations, dialogue with both the Omaha and Kansas City districts, receiving their reports on the status of the levees, and we attempt to incorporate what they know into our river forecast models as well. And that has presented, the levee compromises presents a unique challenge in attempting to come up with a precise crest, especially in the Brownville to St. Joe reach. Looking forward in time, we do still call for snowmelt in the Big Sioux and James River basins to commence this weekend, with peak discharges coming from both the James and the Big Sioux and the Vermilion on or about the 1st of the month. Without any additional rainfall, this expected snowmelt that will start this coming weekend will result in renewed flooding in the Nebraska City to St. Joseph reach. And that concludes my flood potential brief.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll now turn it over to Omaha District.
Afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Colonel James Starksville, Deputy Commander of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Omaha District. Our district continues to engage state leadership, state and local emergency management agencies, and local and tribal governments. As this flood fight progresses, the district's focus remains on ensuring the safety of our citizens and communicating the conditions on the river systems to all of our partners and stakeholders. Due to the continued risk of high plains snowpack in North Dakota and South Dakota, especially across eastern South Dakota, and the unregulated James and Big Sioux River basins, I can't emphasize enough the residents should continue to monitor the situation and keep in close contact with their local and state emergency management organizations to stay updated on any evacuation plans or emergency conditions. Levee breaches can happen quickly or gradually and can frequently occur when excess water overtops the levee and washes out a portion of the levee, but can also occur at lower water elevations as well. The Omaha District continues to perform daily surveillance operations on the levees south of Omaha, Nebraska. In addition to our surveillance of the levees, we're also providing technical assistance to levee sponsors where requested. We will continue to communicate with all of our stakeholders to ensure they're apprised of current conditions, and today we added a 10 a.m. call with state and county EOCs and levee sponsors, and we'll convene this call daily. As you are aware, much of the levee system remains compromised. As of 8 a.m. today, there are confirmed breaches at L611 to 614 south of Council Bluffs, Iowa, L601 south of Glenwood, Iowa, L594 near Fremont County, Iowa, L575 in Fremont County, Iowa, L550 in Atchison County, Missouri, L536 in Atchison County, Missouri, R613 in Sarpy County, R562 in Nemaha County, Nebraska, Western Sarpy in Ashland, Nebraska, Clear Creek in Ashland, Nebraska, the Union Levee in Valley, Nebraska, and R573 in Otoe County, Nebraska. The remaining levees south of the Platte River due to down to Omaha District's southernmost border at Rulo, Nebraska, remain overtopped. As usual, the Omaha District remains ready to provide flood fighting material to state, local, and tribal emergency management agencies. Due to the recent flooding, the Omaha District Regulatory Branch will be using alternative and expedited permitting procedures to authorize flood-related repairs within regulated waters of the U.S. These procedures will allow the Corps to expedite permitting requests for flood recovery activities. Additionally, our goal is to send out levee rehabilitation letters and forms to sponsors in the next week so that they can begin the process of requesting repairs as needed. Levees must be active in the Public Law 8499 program to be eligible for this. We continue to coordinate and communicate with our many stakeholders, to include Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota emergency management agencies through the affected states, and we have open lines of communication with local and tribal governments in their flood fight efforts. I'll now be followed by Kansas City District.
Kansas City. Star 6 to come off mute.
All right, can you hear me?
We got you. Thank you.
All right, sorry, I hit the button too fast. Good afternoon, I'm Jed Knieven. I'm the Emergency Management Chief for the Kansas City District. Can't emphasize it enough, safety is our number one priority, and we hope it's yours. Earlier today, we saw a new record river stage at Rulo, Nebraska. It's still way too early to call this flood event within the Kansas City District, so please be vigilant and please be safe. Our Emergency Operations Center remains activated to partial activation with hours of operation from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. We're currently providing technical and direct assistance and coordinating with our state and local stakeholders within the affected area. Our efforts remain focused in Holt and Buchanan counties in Missouri, Doniphan County in Kansas, and in Richardson County, Nebraska. And we continue to monitor conditions downstream from this reach in both Kansas and Missouri. I'll go over known levee impacts in the Kansas City District. As previously reported, non-federal levee systems that have been overtopped and breached include the Union Township levee, the Holt County number 10 levee system, Holt County number 15 levee system, the Corning levee system. Yesterday we reported that the Holt County number 9 levee system was being overtopped. Today we can confirm it has been breached. Flood fight efforts at the Rushville, Sugar Lake, and Platte County number 1 levee systems have ceased. That is in southern Buchanan County, directly across from Atchison, Kansas. Rushville, Sugar Lake has an unknown issue with a corrugated metal pipe, which is currently flowing water into the leveed area. We continue to project that an additional 5 non-federal levee systems that are active in our PL 8499 program are at significant risk for overtopping. However, as of this call, they do continue to perform. All of our federal levee systems are performing as designed. We currently have four mobile liaison teams in the field providing that technical assistance to those levee owners and operators. Today we also put 2 instrumentation teams into the field, and they're assisting levee owners and operators with relief well monitoring. Over the last 24 hours, we have issued an additional 60,000 sandbags in Holt County, Missouri. The total number of sandbags issued for the event is approximately 471,000. Today we also moved 2 automatic sandbag machines into Holt County to re-engage in the flood fight. We have a 3rd one that is en route and should be on station later today, possibly early in the morning. And we are beginning to receive and fulfill requests for PTO-driven gator pumps. The current district currently has the inventory of 3.6 million sandbags and various other flood fight materials, and those are positioned throughout the Kansas City District. The NOWA zone safety zone on the Missouri River from river mile 300 up to river mile 450, and a no-use closure safety zone from river mile 360 upstream to river mile 550 remain in effect. Kansas River Reservoir flows and Osage River Basin Reservoir flows remain at minimum. The current National Weather Service forecast for the Missouri River at Herman indicates the peak has occurred and there is some space to begin releases from Truman Reservoir in accordance with the Water Control Manual. Truman has not released flows since Saturday, March 16th. The Corps of Engineers is planning to begin a 3,500 CFS release on Wednesday, March 20th. We will continue to monitor the Missouri River and will only make releases as the river forecast supports. It is important to begin releases to ensure we maintain flood control capacity within the Osage Basin as we move forward into the spring season. We continue to provide support for both the Kansas Department of Emergency Management and the Missouri State Emergency Management Agency. The liaison is embedded with Kansas Department of Emergency Management. Again, our current hours of operation for our Emergency Operations Center are from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. We can be reached after duty hours by calling 816-426-6320. Please leave a message and a telephone number and we'll return that call as quickly as possible. In summary, dangerous river conditions still exist on the Missouri River within the Kansas City District. The flood event is not over. Pay attention to National Weather Service forecast watches and warnings. As a reminder, the National Weather Service is an official forecasting agency for the United States government. Plan your flood fighting efforts in accordance with their forecast. Please be safe. Thank you. This concludes the district's remarks.
Thank you. We have a lot of callers on the line, so I'm going to manage questions based on groups and locations. We'll start with tribal, congressional, state, and local governments, and then the media. I will go by state in alphabetical order. Please wait for your group and state to be called. Remember to hit *6 to unmute your phone. Be sure to state your name and the organization you represent before asking your question. So we'll begin with Iowa. Congressional, tribal, state, local officials. State of Kansas. Missouri. Montana. Nebraska. North Dakota. South Dakota. Hello, is there a question? *6 to come off mute. State of Wyoming. All right, we'll move to media. Again, Iowa. Kansas. Sounds like I hear people coming off mute. State of Missouri, *6. Questions from the media. Montana. Nebraska. North Dakota. South Dakota. Wyoming. Okay, before I end the call, any national press, any outstanding questions? Appreciate your participation today. Thank you.